Hi guys, so today I'm going to be talking about a very touchy subject, and the scripture is from the book of, I can't say this, but Ecclesiastes 3, and it's a time for everything. And it reads, "There's a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens, a time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to uproot, a time to kill, and a time to heal, a time to tear down, and a time to build, a time to weep, and a time to laugh, a time to mourn, and a time to dance, a time to scatter stones, and a time to gather them, a time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to search, and a time to grow up, a time to keep, and a time to throw away, a time to tear down, and a time to mend, a time to be silent, and a time to speak, a time to love, and a time to hate, a time for war, and a time for peace." That was long, but that was Ecclesiastes 3, 1 to 8. Now, the touchy subject, I want to personally speak to single mothers because I'm one myself, and I've been holding it for so long. You know, when you want to speak, but you're just like nervous. You're like, I don't want to say too much, but a situation happened today where I saw someone who was in my situation about 13 years ago, and it was a big bang. Like, it was just a shock to me that I can't believe someone is going through what I went through 13 years ago. Like, and I'm still trying to recover from that. And then to see someone in this present day going through it is painful. And I don't really know the person personally, but just to see someone like me going through what I went through, a very traumatic experience, was just like, God is telling me, no, I need to talk, you know? I'm not going to go into details, but, you know, sometimes we hold on to pain and hurt, and you don't know how long time has gone. Like, literally, it could be like 14 years and you're just holding on to it. And it's such a joke because a memory in your mind doesn't have a date. You know, like if you say, okay, that was a memory of 13 years ago, it doesn't have a date because it's so fresh in your memory and the pain is so like alive. It doesn't feel like it's it died or anything. I know I'm just not going straight to the point, but this message is for single parents. Like, sometimes we don't let go of the past. You know, I can personally say I fell more than once. So you know when you fall, like you were in a relationship and then it didn't end well, and then you had kids from it, and then you're trying to heal and trying to get back on your foot. I kind of did get back on my foot about, wow, this is 10 years ago. And then I fell again. But this time when I fell, I feel like I'm still trying to get back up. Do you know what I mean? And it's so hard, like, to get back up, and just to see someone in my situation today falling, but falling really hard. It's so painful, you know, even if you don't know someone, just to see someone go through that pain and trying to get herself back up and she keeps slipping and dropping. It's just painful to watch. You want to help, but you can't, you know. I don't know, it was just such a traumatic experience, and it was just a wake-up call to me, to Vicky. Stop dwelling on the past. This happened to you 14 years ago. This has happened to the lady now. So come out of your slumber, wake up and help her. I'm like, okay, you know, because sometimes I'm like, okay, why am I going through this? But sometimes you're not going through it for yourself. You're going through it to help someone else. So it's like a wake-up call to be like, Vicky, forget the past, get up, move on, help someone else, you know? So, yeah, with the single ladies out here, let go. Please, just whatever it takes, just let go. There's nothing that God can't help you with, you know? It's one thing to pray, but we also need to do the works. And today was like a wake-up call for me to, like, Vicky, it's time to wake up. There was a time that I dropped, and now it's time for me to get up and wake up. And I would like people to also, like, just get up, you know? Because before you know it, another 14 years. That's 24 years. For what? Like, just move on. Yeah, so another scripture that came to me was, come to me, all ye that are heavily laboured, and I'll give you rest. It's one thing to quote scripture, but it's another thing to actually believe it and take it in. And I thought that's what I'm going to leave you guys with today. Just believe and just walk on faith. There's nothing else you can do.